Breaking, September 2025 Visa Bulletin, final cutoff dates before the fiscal year reset. September is not just another Visa Bulletin. It is the 12th and final one of the fiscal year, and it decides how this year closes. Once October begins, all Visa categories receive new annual numbers. That fresh allocation can bring major jumps forward, or leave backlogs untouched. In September, however, the Department of State finalizes Visa number usage to ensure no category exceeds its yearly limit. This means minimal forward movement. In some cases, priority dates are deliberately pushed backward to slow demand and prevent exhausting the quota before October's reset. Under President Trump's immigration policies, the State Department has taken a highly cautious approach in the closing months. The goal is strict quota control. For applicants, this translates into a month where patience is required, but readiness is crucial for when the new fiscal year begins. What USCIS charts will be used in September? For September 2025, USCIS has confirmed that all family-based applicants must use the dates for filing chart. This allows earlier filing even if visas are not immediately available. For employment-based applicants, USCIS will use the final action dates chart. This means applications can only be filed when visas can actually be issued. This distinction matters because family-based categories may still allow filings in September, while most employment-based categories are holding firm until the October reset. Family-based visa movements, September 2025. Family-based categories remain a mixed picture in September. Some allow earlier filings, but final visa issuance remains slow or frozen in oversubscribed cases. The F2A category, for spouses and unmarried children under 21 of green card holders, is a standout. For filing purposes, it has advanced to June 1, 2025 for all countries. However, the final action date is still locked at September 1, 2022. This means you can submit paperwork earlier, but you will wait until your priority date is current for actual approval. Other family-based categories like F1, F2B, F3, and F4 have shown minimal or no movement in final action. The filing chart still offers slightly better dates, but not enough to significantly shorten waits for oversubscribed countries like Mexico or the Philippines. For applicants in these backlogged categories, the real opportunity for forward movement will come in October when new visa numbers are released. Employment-based visa movements, September 2025. Employment-based categories remain locked in place for the final month of the fiscal year. USCIS is honoring the final action dates chart, and every major EB category shows zero advancement. In EB1 for India, the cutoff date remains February 15, 2022. For China, it remains November 1, 2022, and all other countries stay current. In EB2, India's date is unchanged at January 1, 2013, and China remains at January 1, 2020. All other countries are current. EB3 for India stays at May 22, 2013, and China remains at September 1, 2020. Worldwide, the category stays current. EB4 remains unavailable across the board due to demand far exceeding the annual allocation. No relief is expected until the fiscal reset in October. For EB5 unreserved visas, India remains at November 15, 2019, while set-aside categories for rural, high unemployment, and infrastructure remain current. State Department's warning on visa availability. The State Department has explicitly warned that most employment-based categories are at or near their annual limits for fiscal year 2025. This means some categories could become unavailable entirely before September ends. If that happens, no further visas will be issued until the new fiscal year begins in October. Such closures are common when final month demand exceeds remaining quota numbers, and they can temporarily halt approvals even for cases that were otherwise ready. Diversity Visa, DV, 2025 final push. For diversity visa applicants, September is the last possible month for visa issuance in the DV 2025 program. Once the fiscal year closes on September 30th, any unused DV numbers disappear. There is no carryover to the next year. In September, minimal forward movement is possible only for regions and case numbers that have not yet maxed out allocations. Africa, Asia, and Oceania remain mostly unchanged, while Europe's numbers are essentially locked. For DV selectees, this is the final window. Missing it means the opportunity is lost entirely, even if selected in the lottery. Retrogression risks in September 2025. Retrogression, where a priority date moves backward, remains a real possibility in September. India's EB2 and EB3 are at particular risk due to overwhelming demand and the need to balance usage before the October reset. Mexico's family-based F1, F3, and F4 categories will almost certainly remain frozen, with movement unlikely until the new quota year begins. Any category that is close to its annual limit could face last-minute adjustments to slow demand and preserve quotas for the fiscal close. Retrogression can add months or even years to a wait, making it one of the most frustrating developments for applicants. Final action dates versus dates for filing, why it matters. Final action dates indicate when a visa can actually be issued. In September, employment-based categories use these dates exclusively, which is why most movement has stopped. Dates for filing indicate when you can submit your application, even if a visa number is not yet available. Family-based applicants can use these dates this month. The advantage of earlier filing is that you can complete document review and be ready for immediate processing when your date becomes current. Key takeaways for September 2025. September is a holding pattern month for most applicants. Employment-based categories are frozen, family-based movement is limited, and retrogression risks remain in play. The real changes and possible forward jumps will come in October, when all categories get fresh visa numbers for fiscal year 2026. For now, the smartest move is to prepare your documents, track your categories chart closely, and be ready to act as soon as the October bulletin is published. If you found this update helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to US Immigration Intel, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a critical immigration update.